This is the only clothes I wear while wrestling. I like it because it's light and flexible. I recommend you to try on, but not now, of course, and do freestyle wrestling, so you can feel freedom without going to the US. I've been wearing one like this for almost 10 years. I'm not wearing one right now because it's a little uncomfortable to do so while giving a TED Talk in front of dozens of people staring at me. The other day, I unintentionally heard two people talking. One was young, about 11th grade at school. The other one was an adult. The younger one said that he was about to graduate from school. As everyone who graduates from school or college applies to the university, at least in the first year, even if they don't want to study, the adult responded, "Wow, great. Which university are you applying to?" "I don't know. I haven't decided yet," that young boy answered. "Do you know math?" the adult kept asking. "No," the boy answered. "Do you know English or any other foreign languages?" the adult asked. "No," the boy said again. That boy's answers remained the same no even when he was asked about other subjects which are taught at school. The man stopped for a moment. At that moment, I started listening to their conversation because I got interested in man's response. At the end, the man said, "In this case, you have to apply to the faculty of sport." I was like, oh my goodness, very wise. At least the boy has got a body. I major in sports activity, which is directly connected with a competitive sport. I often face this kind of situations in my life. There are many people who think that sport is only practical, and one doesn't have to be clever to measure in sport or to become a coach or a PE teacher. It's very sad that applying to and measuring in sport becomes best option when people don't have any solid idea about other subjects or don't have any other option. This is one of the things that has been bothering me for a couple of years. While writing motivational letter for my master's degree application, I found this term. The dumb joke is a term used mostly in the US and Canada in reference to an athlete which describes their level of academic achievement is based on the fact that they play or do sport. I came to know this term recently, but unfortunately it has already become the mindset of many in my country and around the world. Don't you think that this is the stereotype which is discouraging athletes from seeking an academic success? Therefore, it's widely thought that sports people, athletes, do not have to pursue an academic excellence. Why do people think so? I'm an athlete, and I took up freestyle wrestling at the age of 9. It's about 3rd grade, and fell in love with its dynamic performance. Honestly, I got upset when I read the definition for this term because I'm a student athlete and I'm curious about learning. Anyway, I thank Wikipedia for that friendly description, because outside Wikipedia we're just called dumb and stupid. But when I read this definition, which was more accurate and with some real life examples, I became happy. The reason isn't the fact that being a dumb joke is cool, but the fact that I wasn't actually a dumb joke. I have 3 facts to prove this. First, I'm not very attractive. Second, I don't have a lot of money. And the third, I couldn't date any girl at school. And I've been rejecting many others due to the fear of being called a dumb joke. Actually, I already broke dumb joke when I was 12. While studying at 6th grade, our physics teacher and her lessons at school grabbed my attention. My active participation in her lessons motivated her to offer me extra lessons after school to prepare me for the coming physics Olympiad. I asked my mom to buy me a textbook on physics, but she answered, "Why? You don't need to study physics. You are a wrestler." From that moment on, I became interested in people's attitudes towards the relationship between science and sport. However, she started to believe that I was a scientist too when I got second place in the selection for the district team of the National Physics Olympiad in 2013. Later, I won the same Olympiad in 2 years in a row, in 2014 and 2015. Physics was my favorite subject at school, and it assisted me in understanding several difficult concepts within sport biomechanics. After graduating from school, I entered academic license and studied biology. At the beginning, I was studying biology because it was among the subjects of an entrance exam. The problem was I couldn't realize the necessity of it in the field of sport. I still remember the first lesson when our biology teacher tested us and I copied the answers from my friend due to the lack of knowledge. Results were high and everyone thought that I was genius. But my self-esteem was terribly ashamed of what I've done. So I began studying biology, even if it was difficult to learn. I spent some extra hours every day after school to catch up with my course mates, and the hard work yielded a very good result. At the end of the year, I was ranked among the best three students of my group. Now, I'm using this knowledge to better understand sports physiology. Do you know what? I think you would clap that if you noticed that so-called dumb joke is giving a TED talk in his third language in front of you. Right now, I want to tell you about 5 things you need in order to become or grow an athlete, but not a dumb joke. First is hunger. I don't mean hunger for food. This hunger is for knowledge. I'm not saying passion, because passion is not a primary need. Personally, I don't feel hunger when I don't have food to eat. I feel hungry when I lack knowledge. If you already have this hunger, you need this support. By this, I don't mean something with materialistic nature, like money. What I mean is the belief you accumulate from people around you, if there are some who believe what you believe, and the belief you give to science and the confidence you get back as a reward. So, I want you to support athletes and to be careful while judging them, because when you judge people, there is an interaction effect. How you judge a person often affects how the person behaves later on. The logic is, if you treat somebody like incompetent and stupid person, they're likely to become incompetent and stupid. If you treat them like intelligent and competent, it will cause them to become intelligent and competent. Next one is integrity. Please don't try to cheat, as the only person who will suffer from the consequences is you, not your opponent, not your parents, not your teacher or coach, but only you. So, but only you. I got it. Sometimes you are not prepared well for a test or competition. Be honest, accept your fault. Don't try to seem clever and strong just to feel better, but try to be better. As you accept all of your mistakes, don't feel down, but master this growth mindset. I love my physics teacher at school because she taught me how to think and how to use formulas. Since that, I've always been putting everything happening around me into some kind of formula in order to get my answer. For me, there is no such a formula which yields a failure. If there's a failure, it should be the part of another formula which yields a success at the end. So the only thing I need to do is to complete every part of a formula in order to get real answer. Sometimes you are going to have short and simple formulas like this, like one for velocity, or a little longer and more complex ones like this. Anyway, it's proved to be solvable. Don't stop and be afraid of making another mistake, but work with patience. Next one is patience. Don't you think that we are running out of it? Recently, I went to fast.com and tried to measure my internet speed. While doing that, I have discovered two things. First one is internet connection itself. And the next one is, I was quite patient, because I looked at this zero for more than 700 seconds. It's about 12 minutes, can you imagine? But nothing changed. Unfortunately, I had to turn off my mobile data because I didn't want to charge my phone again after measuring the speed. Imagine downloading HD videos in this speed. Maybe that's why I couldn't get addicted to social media, but rather read a book. Sometimes your growth speed is going to be like this. Never give up. Work with patience until the changes happen. I know that I have to be very patient until the speed of my internet connection changes. Anyway, I'm patient and I don't hurry. Imagine, if you have a fortune, you can buy any successful technology with the most comprehensive artificial intelligence in it within hours or minutes. But you need a lot of time to learn simple pronunciation rules of simple language like English. While I was learning English, I couldn't see any change in me within a couple of months. But I believed that someday it will be different and kept working. If you keep working, impossible becomes possible or even piece of cake. Thank you.